The war on the hot women. Why do they hate Sydney Sweeney? Yeah, I've seen a lot of hate on Sydney Sweeney. I don't even know what she does or who she is, but let's take a look at it.
So if you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Yeah.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
I'm sorry. Isn't this kind of cringe? Like the way she says this? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I find it a little bit cringe. It's kind of weird.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Good for her.
Get it? Genes? Genes?
Oh.
She's attractive. And she is. I can see why men like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is Nazi shit.
And this is why the word Nazi has completely lost its meaning and value. People are using it religiously for any scenario at all that they can come up with. It's so tiresome and weird, and nobody gives a shit anymore. I personally just like exhausted of it. Whenever I hear somebody write Nazi now, their opinion is completely put in the bin. I don't even think about it anymore. I'm not reading the rest of it. As soon as I see it, I'm done.
Stop the ad! That is being racist!
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore.
Damn.
But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I am going to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid. What is wrong with you people? Who is not mid nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the other day.
That is crazy.
Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution. Sydney Sweeney has like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney. Besides, ass, no, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind. And thighs. What is like the male body equivalent to this debate? Abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist. And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Holzker.
Good one.
So let's quickly give them a shout out before we get into today's video, shall we?
I love this woman. I think she's funny.
Company that creates unique watches, jewelry, and accessories using all natural materials like wood and
honestly,
stone. They're high quality timepieces.
Bro, everybody on the internet is so like brain rotted cooked now.
Making them the
they have to put a value add on every single individual they see, and their vision of what is like a 10 or a 7 or a 5 is completely it's completely wrong now. They are undervaluing everything because they don't even go outside to see real people anymore. All they see is like hot bitches on like hot men and women on TikTok, and then they think that that is like a 7.
Moonrise watch, which is made
so when they actually see a 7, they think it's a 3.
It shows the weekday, date, and even the current moon phase.
Sad, really? It's annoying. I think it's weird. Personally, I always thought it's weird.
And since they're all made from natural materials, they're all very unique. All their items come with a 2-year warranty, and ordering online is super easy with free worldwide shipping within 5 to 9 business days. And if you're in the US, don't worry, Holzker handles the custom feeds for you, so no unexpected drama there. Just click my link in the description below and use my special discount code SHOE to get 15% off your order. Plus, if you additionally sign up for their free premium club membership, you'll get access to exclusive products, special discounts, and early pre-sales. But if you only want to check things out for now, no pressure, you can just sign up, come back later, and you'll still get a special discount on your first purchase. So if you're looking for a unique gift or just want to treat yourself to a nice nice watch, I highly suggest checking out Holskern. Big thank you to Holskern for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to it. My jeans are brown.
Don't do that.
Sounds like I shit my pants.
The woke
Yeah.
outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone from, well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
If
Sydney
remove the S,
Sweeney
perfect.
is a registered Republican. I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
How is this not a comedy show, man? Well, how can people take this seriously? What the fuck?
Twitter absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi? No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no, they are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them, listen to their points. We're not gonna be mean. We're not gonna own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Is that?
Holy
No way!
2014 Tumblr. What the f? Out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell. Okay, sorry. I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in a genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these
Excellent.
characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh my god, she turns into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way. Really
What?
creepy. So at least Sydney Sweeney is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the most f***ed up thing
Bro,
about
she
this
looked
Sydney
like she was
Sweeney
25.
ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood.
That
but
is
yeah, it was a
crazy.
callback
They
to
did a lot of that weird shit in the like 80s and earlier than that. Like, dude, Hollywood had a lot of weird shit. Like, they had a lot of weird scenarios like that. Holy.
an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day
That's a sad
hot
story, I
celebrity,
bet.
so they chose to do it with her. They
Jesus.
unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi
That's
propaganda.
racism. Yeah.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
Oh my god. Do you know how much I find it so funny. Like, they have not even realized yet how much they muddy their water by spewing all this nonsense. This is crazy, man.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her genetics.
It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like...
I noticed the funny thing that none of them were blonde and had blue eyes in these videos. Maybe they want... I don't know. I find it weird though. Like, why do people give a shit about this? Like, I just don't... Like, anybody could say they have good genetics. Genetics doesn't mean that they're like the race in a sort of sense. I don't know. Was the point to be racist with this ad? Because I feel like that's not the point at all. I think that she's just saying she's hot. And maybe that's it. I just, whenever I looked at it just now, like, I feel like the idea is just that she's just hot. That's it.
equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic steak propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say this.
Because they have a rule book. They're following the same pattern. They can't really think for themselves. So they just spew the same bullshit all the time.
Same It's giving. It's giving.
Oh my
Put a
god.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It is.
It's
Oh my
giving.
god. It's
Also,
giving.
the flesh-colored microphone.
True
Why?
queen.
It's giving dick, okay? It's giving penis.
Damn.
It's giving cock.
He's giving
Can't believe
cock.
I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not
Why can't
just
there
her
be
blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in this shoe. Her name is Sydney Sweeney,
going for the
so
dog
her
now,
initials
too?
are SS. They intentionally included her German Shepherd dog in the photo shoot.
Oh my god. Take your meds. Meds. Her name is Sydney Sweeney. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German Shepherd. German, like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on?
Something
She's a
is
hot
happening.
woman. She is a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics. She has great genes.
There you
That
go.
is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and
This is how most normal people thought of it, the way I thought of it, right? Her genetics is that she has good like facial symmetry and stuff like that, and that's why she looks good, and that's her genetics. I don't think, like, I find it always funny how everybody got to put race into it in, like, every debate. Like, it's so exhausting. Like, shut up, man. Have we not lived in a multicultural like environment in the West enough that people can like put behind themselves with this race bullshit crap? It's like, man, y'all are going so far in time with this discussions. Holy.
blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. Is how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
What do they put in that Starbucks orders, man?
How can I help today? Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight
I hate that
as
voice.
to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
She felt really smart saying that.
Harassing some poor worker. Doesn't even fucking speak English. Has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
Girl, you need a hobby. Girl, you gotta go out and do something else, man. Maybe you could be a streamer. Like, I don't know, like go play like a sport or go hiking or swimming. Like, you gotta, if you have the time to sit and do this bullshit, go find a hobby, man. This is crazy. You're talking to some random like worker that has no affiliation with this at all. You know how this pisses me off? Because, like, you know how like prices in grocery stores like is costing a lot. Like, I've seen where I'm at, a lot of people are complaining to the workers that the prices are high. Like, bitch, these workers have nothing to do with it. These are underpaid like workers that are just like doing their job. And the idea that people think is that, oh, because I complain to the worker, they're going to complain to the manager, complain to the higher up. That's not how it works. They have nothing to do with this. And you complain to her, it's not going to deal with anything. I remember when I worked at customer service like ages ago, I remember people complaining to me about the product, and they were like thinking many were saying like, hey, you need to inform those people. And it's like, they're talking about a higher ups. Like, bitch, I've never met them. I'm never going to send a message to them. I don't even know. So I said, yeah, sure, man. I'll do that. I'm going to, I'll tell them about your complaint. Yeah, for sure. I'll send them an email right now. One where she's pissed the guy up, and she's just mad. Yeah, I got a lot of teenager when they work at fast food and scream at quite a bit because of price increase. Yeah, like, they have nothing to do with it. It's just like underpaid teenager or young adults that are working. They don't make their day worse, man. They have enough shit to deal with. These workers don't get paid enough to deal with those type of people. Yeah, I didn't either. I remember when I was underpaid and I worked at some shit and I had to deal with like the 10th annoying individual. I just said, get out.
Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random ass Filipino woman with your West Wing ass TED talk? Nobody gives a f.
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing. No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the this is. She's even got other celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determined in traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it? Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks. Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're never going to accept her because she's a half-black woman. Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt, you dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they can...
Dude, I just realized what this is. And I'm sorry. But like, this is how it's feeling in my brain. This is like bitch attitude after high school. Like, this is bitches being bitches online because you don't have high school anymore where you can talk shit. We don't have the class dynamic. We can't like talk shit about each other anymore. We can't be in different groups anymore. So we are now dealing as an adult worker, and we gotta deal with our real shit, but we still want to be bitches, right? So we do it online now. Like, this is territorial, like, bitch attitude. 100% true. This is exactly it. Dude, this whole thing give me just a flashback of high school about like stupid drama. Holy fuck.
Make fun of your black ass.
Oh, they did see it, and they still hate you.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes are characterized in a conventionally attractive white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Not true. I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever when they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign, and I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it.
Oh, okay.
Do a backflip. Live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that other people had bad, inferior genes. Someone even made it like a fake ad, like, Beyonce has better genes, and it's like, why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
This campaign
also, why did you pick a picture that is heavily photoshopped? You don't have to Photoshop Beyonce. It's fucking Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce has amazing genes. Like, look at her. She's pretty as hell. Like, you don't have to take you don't have to take a photo where she wears a blonde wig or has blonde, like, I don't know, maybe it was not, but regardless, Photoshop, right? You don't have to take that. It's Beyonce, man.
poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
Am I wrong, or is her roots black or brown? Like, is she actually blonde? Because I don't think she's Aryan at all. Like, why are we having this discussion? Let me look this up. Sydney Sweeney's natural hair color. Dark chocolate brown. So she's not even... One Google search. She's not even on this spectrum of discussion.
Okay, What? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because,
No.
like, God forbid it makes some other women insecure? And as someone with brown eyes, I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying. So we've gone from Nazi
Bro,
propaganda
looks like
to
Gojo.
genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s, we were becoming more progressive, so we...
Why are we talking about... What is this conversation? What is this statistic about, like, ass and boob ratio? What the hell? I noticed that Sydney has had people on her case for a while, and this ad made it worse. So I guess I don't even know who she is. Like, I don't even know what she does. Is she an actor, singer, model? I don't even know. But like, if people have been on her ass for a while, I think that this is just like another thing that they could pile on her. Actress, okay. So I think people just piling on her then. Like this whole thing feels really forced because it doesn't even make sense.
started objectifying women's butts.
Yeah.
What? The communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political affiliation are the feet men? Libertarians. Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women.
I guess so.
That's it.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is, we also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort, is also eugenics.
What are we talking about?
1 second. "2025. We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025. I like how she's woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant, safe HR longhouse where it was socially acceptable for them to be moral busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain
like
who
mental
I am
issues.
or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country of your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard, and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her genes were better or the best, and it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas. Look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney, and they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood. This is why corporations and the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly, because women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you. Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live-action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What makes Sydney Sweeney's jeans better? Like, why did you get that joke? All us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right? You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's like that's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
Jesus lip filler. I mean, do you not see the insecurities that are being screamed from every single fucking clip that I've been seeing here? Like, some of these individuals are like pretty as well. Like, but like the problem is that these guys don't need TikTok. They need a psychiatrist. They need their meds. I mean, there are insecurities just spewing out here. There's no hate towards Sydney Sweeney. If I think about American Beauty, I'm thinking of Madison Bear. I don't know. Like the thing is that I feel like you're just making up stuff. Like, everybody has their own idea of what was American Beauty or a beauty of a different country. Like, everybody has their own idea of what it is. But like in some countries, it could be pretty obvious what the hell it is, right? If you say a Norwegian beauty, you're probably gonna think about an Aryan, right? Because like the Norwegians look kind of the same all the time, so it's not really that crazy. But like if you think about America, where it's just so multicultural, everybody has their own idea of what their beauty is, or what that country beauty is, in a sort of way. But yeah, I don't know. This whole thing feel like forced, or like people are just screaming on the internet to scream.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something.
That's right. In front of McDonald's, baby.
What would be an acceptable vision of
Truly
the American
American
woman for this person? It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, bitch, we have eyes. And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your full lips. That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to, but that's okay, because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you.
I like that we jumping from like her being a Nazi and like pushing propaganda to talking about just her pure beauty, like that she's an attractive individual. Like, that beauty is the eye of the beholder. So I don't even understand why this is a discussion.
A YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Boo! A white woman. Oh, the author is white. I hate these people, man.
Can you imagine a horror game is just a bunch of white women showing up in the dark? Now that would cause controversy.
Shut up! Shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck. It's like, okay, you're just racist. But when it's a white person talking about white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock. You would honestly be more useful that way. Ads are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Popular American culture is, indisputably, becoming more puritanical and more conservative. Puritanical? The focus of the ad was her tits and ass! This is not at all a conservative, puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks of Sydney Sweeney? They think she's a whore.
Damn.
Okay? They think she's a whore. The backlash has been swift and fierce, and some of it, at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at best. Non-inclusive? Why the f does everything have to be inclusive? It's a commercial with one fucking person in it. Sweeney exudes a source of vintage sexiness that caters to the male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy femininity that dominated the media in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please. What the f? It's just so funny, like, the left is currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again, and here they are, like, blondes with big b****s are fascism. Listen, the alt-right pipeline does not start with the American Eagle ad. It starts with you. What are you doing? This is not at all a conservative far-right ad. It's just a normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right is nowadays. Being normal from 15 years ago. I love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skincare and healthy eating. So fascism is...
What?
Hot people eating healthy and having clean skin.
What the
Goebbels
fuck?
himself could not make better propaganda. Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with this opinion piece, Why the Right is Obsessed with Thinness. I would really, really appreciate if people stopped equating health and beauty to fascism, because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness?
Why are we allowing such idea? Why do people not want to take care of themselves and be healthy? Why we gotta sit here and make all these excuses to be like obese and not taking care of your own like health and skin? Like, what is wrong? Like, I feel like this is crazy. Like, these kind of focuses and vibes are like completely different. There's a different case of like pushing people down and trying to support bad habits and pushing ideas of bad habits. This is weird.
Unfortunately, a big part of socially progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up like all over different cities of like a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says like the purpose of these was to like challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's like, imagine looking like one of these women and then hearing like, oh yeah, this was put up to challenge beauty. Like,
how would you feel bad, right?
What do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity movement like 10 years ago? Remember like all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that?
Ooh.
While fashion is starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. And that's why Calvin Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking?
Okay, let's calm down.
The campaign is all about feeling free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis.
I don't think there's anything wrong with them posting like a video or something for somebody oversized and wearing underwear. Like, there are oversized people in everywhere in the world, right? Why can't they see how the underwear they're selling wears on them, right? I don't see anything wrong with that. It's not like you not posting is not gonna, they still have a market they have to sell to, right? So there's nothing wrong with this.
See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms. This reminds me of that protein world controversy from 2015. Old heads will remember. I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian Republic. Wow, that was a long time ago.
Jesus.
But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it, they threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired, they threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things, like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Like every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out at the time, just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holiday and the hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my God.
I'll tell you a secret, man. Nobody gives a fuck how you look on the beach. You could be ripped as fuck, you could be fat as fuck, or you can be, I don't even know, something, whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody goes to the beach to look at you. Nobody cares about you. That's the reality of things. So it doesn't really matter in any sort of way. What you are ready for is what you're comfortable with and happy with. That's pretty much it. That's all that is about.
Not escape this. Also, suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean obese women.
Why is it only women? Why are men the only one that are super jacked? Like, look at these guys. These guys have at least worked out for 5 years. Like, this is like four or 5 years plus every like 5 times a week. Well, this is the funniest. Like, why?
But yes, everywhere you looked, it was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen. Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died, like many of the fat influencers.
You just take a peptide and you get skinny. Like, that's all you gotta do now. We got so many drugs to burn your fat if you want to lose it. but who cares about the side effects?
Fortunately. And these same types of people are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards this model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well, Shoe0nHead from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their ads again. Is the culture truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession? Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney, looking through her voting records and found out she is a registered Republican. One of the most common things I saw about this were how, like, all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeney were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some, like, pretty people in there.
There were some.
But I got onto this topic that I see all the time, and that is, why are liberal women so ugly?
And by the way, before we get any idea, when I say there were some women that was attractive, I mean, when I view that kind of scale, I think to myself, who's taking care of themselves? Genetics or how you look itself does not freaking matter. It's about how you take care of yourself. Like whatever you view as, I think that the way I value at least beauty in a sort of way is the way somebody respects their own body. So I don't like whenever I see somebody never taking care of clearly they don't shower, they don't they don't take care of their hair. They don't take care of their health. They're clearly not focusing on themselves. So I don't view them in any sort of way as beautiful. It doesn't matter about genetics, how you look, or any sort of way. It's about what kind of respect you have for your own body.
Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay?
They
but
doxed
for the
her?
most
That's
part,
crazy.
Stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives
certain
are,
bald
well,
roach?
conservative with the...
I don't look at men and I say, think about their beauty, okay? I don't think about that unless they're jacked as fuck. Like that's the only thing. Like the only thing that makes me really gay is to take a look at all the gym bros. That's the only thing, because then I look at the muscles. We have a weird way of thinking. Like every time I work out, like this is the thing about working out, is that you always view where your muscles are building up and where you need to work more on. So you always do a full body check on yourself. And then you have the bro over here that's big as fuck, and you're like looking at him and seeing how he's doing it and seeing where he's lacking it. So you're just overanalyzing everywhere.
Way that they
Your
present
pal, hope you're feeling better
themselves. They
soon.
tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan a, quote,
oh god,
progressive in a MAGA body.
Yeah.
And how so many women on dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not all ugly, of course, but many purposely make themselves look ugly, because being ugly is saying f you to the man. Marcel Duchamp's art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a f you to art institutions and classical ideas of beauty. Those f-ass ugly concrete block brutalist buildings are another example. Brutalism emerged after World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a f you to the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis. Now think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a f you to, well, Sydney Sweeney. Hitler existed, so now
only one you say fuck you to is yourself. Like, I mean, like if you're trying to protest with your own body for somebody else's behalf, you're a moron. Like there's like nobody, you're only causing issues for yourself. Like there's nobody else, nobody gives a shit. Like this is all about you, girl.
Everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why so many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs met, all right? I don't want people going in debt if they get into a car accident or be homeless or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is funny though how like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead. Wokeness is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke?
What did she do? She pissed off at what did she do?
Guys? She might have been right after all.
She's hot and successful. There are so many women that are hot and successful. There's so many dudes and girls out there that are hot and successful. Why are they mad at her? How dare she exist? What is going on?
Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because, like, the left are the ones trying to normalize porn and, like, OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. If anything, there is too much boobs everywhere. We need to calm down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's, like, classical bombshell beauty, like, I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic.
Is this the bad
thing? A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic.
So she knows the business she's working for, and that's why people are mad, because she's successful. She's doing what she wants to do, and she likes it. Like, why are you mad at her? Like, why do we have this view when we support people doing porn or OnlyFans and stuff like that? Yeah, you girl, you could get that bag. Like, why do we give it, like, if a girl just want to be sexy as a model or an actor, why are we supporting not supporting this but the other? Like, why do you not want girls to be sexy? What's wrong with you? What the hell?
Toxic. A decade.
Like, I don't like dudes. Like, I bet they are fine with dudes being sexy, right? But then when it comes to their own gender, ooh, no.
Of ugly, angry, fat androgyny seeping its way into everything. And
this looks like Hellraiser. This looks like something from Hellraiser. I'm gonna be real.
Anything. When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992. Right? A time when porn addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show her hole online for $5.
Damn.
Hookup apps didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes, this is a cultural shift, but not necessarily a conservative one. Just a return to like normalcy, a return to normal Americana consumerism. In 2065, conservatives are gonna be like posting people twerking like, return! These same TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing like looking normal and healthy again. Like Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
I walked in, was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy and married, and even making a TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
The singer returning to the scene of the crime Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is—
How dare you be healthy and normal? Cancel this person ASAP. I know, right? I just think that in a way, I just think to myself that, man, I'm just glad you got rid of the fat. Like, I don't give a shit how you look, but like a lot of fat, excess fat, if you have fat in your intestines or like you like internal fat, or you have a lot of fat around your heart, that's so bad for you. That is so bad for you. And you're just not gonna you're gonna have so many health issues as you go down the road after 30. So you should, even in your 20s, you just gotta fix this.
To the scene of the crime Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip. Inshallah. Once Sam Smith goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing. Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde. In fact, they doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. Wait a minute. Her genes, her story. HH.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Now, I can sit here and say the obvious, like, these corporations just want to pander to you. They just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered, it's good when corporation pander to me, personally? I just realized so much of American political discourse is, like, around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World. There are so many examples. Like, it's just crazy how so much of our politics revolves around consuming things. I will buy blue team product. I will buy red team product. Bleak. In conclusion, we are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again. The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles, but woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe and maybe donate to me on Patreon. Link down below. All Patreon members get the uncensored version of every single video a day early. So you get to hear all the fucks and shits uncensored. If you can't or don't want to do that, there's also a little tip jar down below. You can leave a little tip and I will give it a little heart. It helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. Also, big shout out to Holtzkern again for sponsoring this video. Check them out. Link down below. And I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!
Nah, this world is a joke. Like, I'm gonna be, all these people that are complaining, all they need is like a psychiatrist. Because the whole thing just screamed insecurities and everywhere. Like, it's so tiresome. It's so exhausting to listen to this and see this.
Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there.
Damn.
I cannot do a Trump impression.
The Trump video is funny. For real, holy, this is crazy. I love this video though. This video was really good. What a great video. Are you a boob or a butt guy? Yes. Exactly. Finally. That is what we are talking about. Yes. Yeah. Who gives a shit about choosing? My God. Holy.